Today I'm here with Asia from Croson Photography, and she's going to tell me a little bit about her business and management styles.
Yes.
So to start off, tell me a little bit about the history of how you got your business started.
So I went to Cal Poly and I graduated in 2011, and then I moved for a year and then I came back and people knew that I was just doing photography because I was doing it all the time. I picked it up my senior year actually, and so people just started asking me like, oh, can I pay you basically to do it? Like, can I hire you for it? And I was like, oh, absolutely, for sure, totally, you can totally do that. And I was actually getting my master's degree right after and decided to drop out so that I could focus on doing photography because I loved it so much. And then from there I started working with the sororities on campus, and that has really what's built my business, is working with sororities and doing college senior photos. So that's like a really small version, obviously, because it's been almost 7 years, which is really cool.
And do you do your editing yourself?
No, so actually it's been almost a year and a half, maybe even 2 years now, where I've hired Rebecca, who is my editor, and so she does all the editing for me, which is amazing. She does the basic editing, like the almost like objective, to make it look just like even all the way across, and then I'll come through and do any kind of like skin retouching or photo manipulation if that's necessary. So it is kind of two, but for the most part she does it. Yeah.
And how many interns or employees have you ever been in charge of?
I would say probably a dozen. I have a magazine called SLO magazine that's all run by Cal Poly students, and so at one time we had 2 designers and a coordinator, and then I think like 8 or 9 writers underneath it, which is an incredible team. Really cool to have that many people underneath you at one time.
That's really cool. I didn't know that. Do you struggle finding good interns? Why or why not?
I don't, and I think that like my secret to it is that I only wait for people to come to me. I've never posted a thing saying like we're looking for interns for any of my projects, and I think that that's really allowed the crowd that does come to me. The one thing they have is initiative. They are like, they see something like, I would love to do that. They're also passionate about what I do. They're not just like, oh, I guess I'll apply for this thing. They're reaching out to me and saying, do you have anything open? This is what I would like to do for you. And I found that everybody who's done that has been incredible because they have the initiative to ask for a position, and that says a lot about them in other areas. So that's really been the best for me. I've never actually said like I need an intern for anything. It's only been people who have reached out.
Very cool. What are the most important characteristics you do look for in potential interns?
For sure, the initiative, and then I like to think that the job that they're doing, I want them to be better at than I am, and so I need them to be like very self-startery. So, I want them to leave being better at than I am. So if I'm having somebody like Rebecca come and edit, I want her to feel like that is her job and have ownership over it, and feel like she can be, of course, self-motivated, but also self-driven, and be like, actually, I'm having a problem with this. I really want to learn this from you, and so that I'm able to be like, excellent. I would love to teach you that. So this can really be like you can have total ownership over it. So I think the ability to take that and not just feel like, oh, it's just a job I'm showing up to, but really like a little piece of passion about what you're doing. And then the initiative is just so huge to be able to say like, I want to have this job or I want to learn this thing. I think that's so, so important for sure, especially with underneath the business it's just one person like me, because I can't do it all. So I need you to be like, this is a problem I'm seeing, or this is an area I need to improve on. And then I can provide, but I can't like be watching out for everybody and making sure everybody knows what their job is all at the same time. And so it's amazing when somebody can kind of handle their own. For sure.
What qualities have you developed to become the manager you are today?
Real major skill of delegation, and like realizing that you can't be, I hate the word control freak because it just sounds so dumb, but you can't control everything, and having to, I learned how to teach now, whereas before I was like, I have no idea how I do it, I just do it this way, just like do it how I do it, and now I know how to like instruct, and also how to like behaviorally respond to people, and to be like, I want them to do this more, so how do I praise them, or how do I direct them into a different direction, and so almost like parenting skills, I guess, like leadership skills, of course, and in delegating, and then also you have to learn to be like a fine line between like professionalism and also like being a real human, and being like, we can 100% be flexible, but also like I need you to show up, you know, and having that good fine line, which takes a lot of skill. And so I've learned a lot about that as well. And then I have to learn a little bit of everything that they're doing so that I can teach them something. So I had to learn hard skills that I wouldn't otherwise have to learn. Like if I have a graphic design intern, I need to know a little bit about design so that I can be like, ooh, that's wrong, and I'll show you why, without having to know the whole thing myself. So you have to know like a little bit about everything.